not here to tell you every single thing you know about imposter syndrome. I'm not here to tell you what you've googled, like the feeling of fraudulence or not believing in your own abilities. No, I'm here to give you practical examples of how imposter syndrome is going to sneak up on you in your work, in your friendship, and also in your personal life. Going to give you mind shifts that's going to help you to curb imposter syndrome for good, and as well as practical solutions that you're going to implement to help you to deal with imposter syndrome. Here are the video chapters. Let's go. Chapter 1: Signs of imposter syndrome. How imposter syndrome can creep up on you in your personal life. Number 1: when you don't believe that you're doing well, when everybody else is telling you you're doing an amazing job, you don't believe that you're doing well because to you you're not perfect. One thing we don't know is that perfectionism is a very big sign of imposter syndrome, and when we let this creep up on us and devour us of all the good things we're supposed to achieve, that's a bad thing. Number 2: when you believe you're supposed to be the most hardworking person in the room, you feel like you're not competent enough, you're not good enough because you're not hardworking enough. Number 3: when you believe that you're not good enough because it takes you longer time to achieve a particular task or goal compared to other people. You believe that you're not competent enough because you're not intelligent as them, or you're not smart as them, or you're not a bookworm as them. Another point could be when you're a natural at something, you're very good at everything you do. Anything you lay your hands on, they're moving, they're flourishing, they're prospering. And you come to one task that you find out that you're not really good enough, that you're not really competent enough. Because of that, you see yourself as incompetent, you see yourself as not there. Another point could be when you fail to look at all the success that you've achieved. You only focus on the successes that you've not achieved. You only focus on the knowledge that you've not gained yet, that you fail to internalize all the success that you've achieved. This is a very big sign of imposter syndrome, because to you, you feel like you've not gotten to that expertism level yet. You feel like there's more knowledge to chase, there's more fame to chase, there's more goals to chase, there's more heights to reach. Because of that, you're failing to internalize all the success that you've had. Another one could be denying your own capabilities. You're the one that did this, you're the one that achieved this, you're the one that achieved that. But when people are complimenting you, when people are telling you that you did such a great job, when people are telling you that you've done an amazing job, to you, you're like, oh, I'm not the one. Oh, I'm not the one that did this. Oh, I'm not the one that did that. I'm not the one that achieved those goals. You deny every single thing people are telling you. Another point could be when you ask for help to do a particular task, you feel like because you're not the one that did it yourself, the success is not yours. You feel like, oh, I asked for help for somebody else. I don't think I should take all the praise. I don't think I should take all the success. That is a very big sign of imposter syndrome. Another sign of imposter syndrome could also be over preparation, in the sense that you have a particular task to do, you have a particular job to do. Because of that, when you feel this low self-worth, that, oh, am I good enough? Am I amazing enough? So you tend to over prepare, you tend to overdo. And when you finally achieve that task, you blame it all that, oh, because I over prepared, I was not the one that did this, I cannot take all the success, I cannot take everything because I over prepared. That's just why I was able to achieve all those things. Another way imposter syndrome can creep up on you is procrastination. They'll give you a particular task once again. This time around, instead of over preparing, you over procrastinated. You pushed it to the, I'm gonna do it later, I'm gonna do it later, I'm gonna do it. Finally, you did it, and you did an amazing job. Guess what? Because of that, you won't take all the success. You say, oh, it's luck. Oh, I was just lucky this time around. That's why I was able to ace that presentation. I wasn't me. Like, I was just lucky. That's a very big sign of imposter syndrome. The reason for imposter syndrome could also be societal pressures. Imagine a woman now in a male-dominated space. Because of that, the way she'll be thinking is, oh, the guys are better than me. I have to put in more effort. I have to be the most hardworking person. I have to over-prepare for every single task that I am given. Just because she's in a male-dominated space, she's imposed with so much pressure to be the best, and this could cause imposterism to the core. Imposter syndrome can also come up in our friendship, and it can come up in this way. You believe, oh, why are they with me, or like they're just with me for the meantime because that amazing friend of theirs is not here, that's why they are with me. They don't really love me, they don't really cherish me. I have to just please them. Because of that, you start to be a people pleaser just because you want to meet, so to say, the standard of friendship that you think that other person deserves from you. Because of that, you start to mirror their personality. You might not even like that friend much, you might not even want that friendship, the friendship might not even that amazing to you, but because you feel like, oh, like, oh, I don't tend to make easy friends, or like I'm just left a loner, all this kind of stuff. You now start to impersonate somebody else's personality just because you want a friend. This syndrome can also come up in our workplace. In this time you feel like, oh, you're not good enough for the job, you're not good enough for that role, you're not good enough for this promotion that they're giving you. Because of that, you tend to over prepare. You find yourself over preparing for any particular task, or you tend to be the most hardworking person, and that's going to lead to a lot of stress, a lot of breakdown, a lot of emotional and mental problems and all that kind of stuff. But just because you feel like, oh, I'm not competent enough for this role, or I'm a fraud, you're going to find out about how I was not good enough in the role, and they're going to find out that, oh, I'm not actually that great. That is a very big sign of imposter syndrome, and this will prevent you from going for bigger stuff. So it will prevent you from going for promotions and all those kind of things. Chapter 2, mind shifts that's going to help you to curb imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome comes from insecurities, low self-worth, and that is just a bedrock for victim mentality. Imposter syndrome is equal to victim mentality. The victim there, you're like, oh, no. And the one way we can curb imposter syndrome is through our mentality, our mindset, how we approach it. Before it even comes to us, how we process the whole scenario is how we can curb imposter syndrome. Let imposter syndrome come. Let imposter syndrome come, because to be honest with you, it will always come up one way or the other. But how you feel it and let it go out is what truly matters. I'm going to give you a very big example of how a victim mentality person would speak and somebody that has improved their mindset would speak. I don't think I'm what that role. I don't think I have achieved everything I want to achieve. I feel like I should keep working hard, I should keep striving hard, I should keep doing all this stuff because I have this particular place I'm going to get to. I can't take a break. I need to work hard. I need to work times 10 harder than my fellow partner because I need to be up there. I need to have this kind of success. I need to have this kind of fame. I'm actually enough. I'm actually more than enough. I don't need to work times 10 harder. I just need to have a work-life balance. I should know when I should rest. I should know when I should also put in so much effort. I feel like I'm okay. I've not gotten there yet. Yes, I know that. But I feel like there's time for improvement and growth. I'm not going to overstress myself and get a breakdown just because I want to attain this particular knowledge and fame. I'm so happy with all the success I've achieved. There's a big difference between somebody that has a victim mentality and someone that has worked on a mentality. Chapter 3. Practical solutions you can use to curb imposter syndrome for good. Let's go. Number 1, internalize all your success. Yes, I did this. Yes, I got that promotion. Yes, I worked that thing. Yes, oh, that was me that did that. Oh, yes, I did that. Accept it all. Claim it all. Claim it all with chest. I'm the one that did this. I'm the one that did that. Like when you get help, like internalize it. That success is still mine. When you achieve a particular goal, internalize it. That success is still mine. You can internalize your success through various ways. You can internalize it through gratitude exercises where you're going to journal down and write, okay, today I did this and that, and I am so grateful for that. Or today I was able to also get this permission and I am so grateful for that. Like journal and list out 10 stuffs that you did. Like you did it yourself. You did it with chest. You're proud of yourself. List it down and internalize it. Read it over. Let it sink down that you're the one that did this. You could also do it through videos. You can record yourself saying all the things that you've done. And this one is a very good one. I always use this one every single time. Record yourself so that you can internalize it. You can let it know that, oh, I'm the one that did this. I'm actually like just telling it back to yourself when you're watching it that I did this, I did that. Like it's me that did this. Count your small wins. Internalize your success. Another one is have a collective positive feedback. Have what we call a collective positive feedback. I'm going to just be calling it the CPF. Or have what we call the CPF. This CPF basically is a portfolio of proof of all the things you've done and how you conquered every single thing. It can be physically, it can be mentally. You can do it through journaling, like I said earlier, and you could also do it through video recording. You could just keep them in your mind, so it could be a mental stuff where you've done so many stuff. You've gone out to chase this and that, and you got every single thing. You got all the things that you chased after, and that would just be a proof that you've done everything and you conquered it. So when you're afraid of something or you're scared of something, you can just reflect back to that time where, oh, but I was afraid of this thing, but like I did it in the end. oh, but I was afraid of that thing, but actually I did it in the end. Like, it's just gonna help you. It's gonna boost that self-worth and that self-esteem up, that, oh, actually I was afraid to go out and speak in public, but I did it anyways that other time and nothing happened, and I actually aced it. You can have collective positive feedback, CPF, if you've not had what we call exposure therapy. And this exposure therapy is basically stepping out of your comfort zone, doing all those stuff that scare you, so you can have a pile of collective positive feedback, so you can have so many things to refer back to when you feel scared or afraid again. It's just basically stepping out of your comfort zone, doing all those stuff that scare you. Like, I'm afraid to speak in the public, I'm afraid of public speaking. You go out there, you speak, and then you're like, oh, I've had another thing piled to my collective positive feedback, that next time when you're told to maybe hold a seminar, you're like, but I held that, I did that public speaking gig and I aced it. There was no problem. Another one would be exposure to failure. Don't be afraid to fail. When we finally have this exposure therapy, I'm sure, like, it might not go right in all the ways, but like, we should not be afraid to fail. Like, you should not fear failure. In fact, failure is gonna help you bounce back, because it almost, like, that's the highest that can happen. That you fail, you will move on. That's the highest that can happen. Okay, so I failed, and I'm gonna jump back up, and I'm gonna ace it again. Like I said in my last video, repetition is formed from confidence. You can't just be good once. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you're gonna fail 10 times more. So don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid to fail. Like, fail with chest and bounce back up. While you failed, yes, don't just remain in your failure state. Bounce back up and be the next version of yourself. Another one is identity change. Don't identify with you that has imposter syndrome. Don't just have the victim mentality and stay with the victim mentality. Move into that mind shift, that new version mind shift. Like, don't just accept that I have imposter syndrome and then just relax. In fact, step into that version of you that doesn't have imposter syndrome. Step into that version of you that knows who she is. Don't remain in that state. When you come out and like you pretend like, oh, I've never had any mistake, I've never had any failure. You're changing yourself into the most highest version of you that you've ever imagined. Tell me who's going to stop me. Nobody's going to stop you. Another one would be to find a community of people that also have this syndrome. There's something that every single person undergoes, and this is what we call heuristic ignorance. You, in this sense, you tend to imagine that, oh, you're the only one going through this problem and it's only you. You're facing this problem and it's only you that is facing the problem. You don't believe that this and that person is facing the problem. The fact that there is even a name for imposter syndrome should give you joy. Like, I'm not the only one that is going through this. Like, when I discovered that I was not the only one that went through imposter syndrome, I was so happy. Like, I felt very relieved that, oh, so there's so many people out there that are still dealing with their self-worth, or they are still dealing with their esteem, and this is called imposter syndrome. I was amazed, and I doubled up on it. I found a community of people where you could talk to, you could relate to, you could share all your stories with, you could share all your problems with. Together, you people can grow and be the best version of yourself. Finding a community is very easy. You can find them on YouTube, you can find them on TikTok, you can go to Instagram. There are so many Discord links that are all about self-improvement, self-growth, self-help. And if you want me to create one, you can just leave it down in the comments. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, your favorite part of the video, the parts that you think I need to improve in. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm also going to be linking my socials. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat. It's going to be linked down in the comment section down below. Also check out my previous video. It's going to be in the comment section, don't worry. And that brings us to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.